Here's how to be more strategic when it comes to giving creative feedback. I'm going to finish with my best rule for giving creative feedback. And this is something, once I started doing this in my career, game changer, complete difference. I had so many more creatives who were on my side than before I did this. So the biggest thing that you need to know is that with creative feedback, the biggest mistake I often see is around timing. People just completely stuff up the timing of when they should be giving feedback. So a lot of people will give the wrong feedback, will give good feedback, but completely wrong time. So there's three kind of levels of feedback that you give. There's what I like to call head feedback, heart and body. Head feedback is the feedback that you give, which is all around the brief, all around the big concept of why you're doing the project that you're doing. So what you want to be doing there is going and thinking, okay, am I giving feedback on what we've agreed is the problem, the solution, like the problem that we've all agreed upon, is the goals right, is the target market who we're saying this works for. If you agree on that, or you've got feedback on that, that should happen at the pre-briefing meeting. If you're giving that in the very final meeting before you're about to launch this product, that is 100% the wrong time to be giving that feedback. You should speak to someone else, make sure they're giving it, and getting everyone on board before you start giving that type of feedback. Now, the second type of feedback is around the heart. And the heart feedback is all around the actual idea of the project, the solution that you're suggesting. It's the higher order concept. So this feedback, if you don't agree with, oh, I don't think that's the right idea, I don't think that's the right solution, that feedback is really good when they're presenting ideas, but is really unhelpful when you're either all the way at the end of the project as well. You want to give that when they're presenting ideas for the first time. Now, if they're in the third meeting, which is the body feedback, which is they're giving feedback on specifics of the actual project. So it's like, the logo's too big, or that's not how we would write this, we need to change the tone of that, or the wording. That feedback, really helpful at the end of the project in the production phase. Very unhelpful when you're giving that at the very first meeting, when they're just trying to present the big ideas, the big concepts. You don't need to worry about that yet. They're not going and producing the idea. We're just trying to get buy-in on the actual idea. So understand what meeting you're in and what creative feedback is going to be most helpful. And then if it's not right and the timing's wrong, it's probably a bigger meeting that you need to have. Now, I said there was one piece of feedback that really helped me in my career, and that was to learn when to kind of kill ideas. No one wants to kill ideas. Everyone wants to support ideas. And if you're the one constantly killing ideas, creatives aren't going to really love you. So what I always suggest is you don't have to be the first one to give creative feedback. Often the best person to be is the last person to give creative feedback, because what that role does is the people ahead of you can probably kill the ideas that they don't like, or you probably don't like. They can do that for you. But if you're really strongly against one idea, that's when you can kill it. Or if you really like something and you think it's got merit, then on the creative side, you're seen as someone who's supporting their ideas. You're defending their ideas. So that's the real goal, is making sure you're not ever the first person to kill the ideas.